guys, again I welcome you all to the India Showdown Season 1 Grand Finale, game number 3 of the best of 5 series. Two games have already won by Underdogs Rise. As you can see, there's a 2 mark in their logo. But guess what? This will be the game number 3 of the best of 5 series Grand Finale. And this time Luminaire's Lyre will be on the blue side, Underdogs Rise on the right side. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun in the chat because I will be there with you guys in the chats also. Alright, Solska again will be your caster for this game number 3 of the best of 5 series. And guess who will be joining by my side is again, if you're getting annoyed by my voice, you will get a soothing voice also, guys. So guess who it is? It's going to be Asuya. How are you, Asuya?
Well, thank you for that intro, Solski. And then again, I'm sure that I am the one with the irritating voice right here, and everyone is here to just see you, of course, because you also interact with the audience. They love it. And with that, let's just move on to the ban phase. Once again, underdogs do not want Sonia on the export, so they will be banning her out. And Joy, of course, just Joy has been kind of a permanent ban because she's banned out in almost every game.
Exactly. And you know why they banned Joy? Because I think either of the team have the Joy players, and that's going to be the Sonia from the side of Luminous Lights. And as far as I'm seeing the bans, they have banned the Lilia this time again. Again, they have banned Xbong and Phobius. And there are plenty of draft that Team Luminous Liars can have in their pockets to win this game number 3, because if they want to come back, this is the last chance for them, because this is the match point for Team Underdogs Rise. And you don't want to, succumb to pressure once again, because we just saw how you can make a lot of mistake when you succumb to pressure. That's why you lost because of silly mistakes, I would say, micro mistakes. There comes the part of micro gameplay coming from the Underdogs Rise was on point in the previous game. Let's just see, will Luminaires Lyre learn from the mistake on the previous game? I don't know. They haven't. Let's just see in this game. As far as we are in the first picking phase, Sicilian will be given away by Team Underdogs Rise, and this time they drafted really well. They wanted the first pick as a Sicilian. They will getting the first pick as Sicilian. And guess what? I mean, guess what not? What do you think, Asuya?
Well, I am an absolute fan of a Sicilian because he can dish out pretty
Why not?
decent damage from the early game, as well as that CC coming from the Sanguine class, and of course, like the more the clock takes, the higher his damage gets up with all the um stacks he gets. So yeah, he's like a marksman, second marksman for your team who can just scale infinitely. And towards the end, Solski, if it goes really late, he can even forego off the mana boots. He's just so self-sufficient at that point.
I mean, the best part of the Sicilian is his mobility, because when he uses Bat's Feast, it's just a lot of. He just gets a speed boost, also like a 20% speed boost than his actual speed. So I think you can have a lot of, what do you call it, mobility with his Bat's Feast. And that is the point with Sicilian, right? He has the damage, he has the range, he has the mobility. Even with a lot of, what do you call it, assassin, you will have a pretty hard time to assassinate him. And they won't be going for any assassin. They will be just going for that alpha, which is kind of a good pick, because if you can't just delete Sicilian right away or burst Sicilian right away, why not just sustain a little bit of damage that's going to the alpha? And alpha with the alpha charge is kind of a good right here. But they are going with the Bruno, as you mentioned, Asuya, in the previous game, that they could have gone for the Bruno. I think they have heard you. So I think that's a Asuya's curse, we can say. But now, this time, there's a Diggy pick. So this time, Diggy will be of Luminous Liars. Diggy is a consecutively three times has been picked by in this grand finales of this India Showdown Season 1. So what do you think, Asuya, of the draft so far?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Diggy, especially after the nerf on his ultimate. Like he hasn't been picked up a lot, but then I've been seeing Diggy picked up, quite famous in this tournament. And yes, he has been working out pretty well with his second skill, with Time's Journey, providing that shield, especially towards the late game with the Revitalize and the Flask of Oasis. But he really needs those equipments before he can start being really useful into the game. And because like the other team, you can just go in for a Purify, right? Like Dicky is really paper after all. But then let's just see how it goes, because when you have a Dicky, you really need tanky jungler, you really need a really sustainable EXP lane too. So let's just see what Luminaires will be going for, because Bruno will be is of course he is a marksman, so he will not be able to sustain much. But then again, Sicilian, he can sustain quite a lot. So draft looking good, because just look at that from the side of underdogs. They do not want to give away the Yishang to Annabelle. Like, she did amazing in the previous job, and with that Alpha and Angela combo, one of the strongest combos if you ask me.
And they don't even want to give Annabelle her Benedetta with the Electroblade gameplay, but we can see again Leomord is getting banned. They are just focusing on the target bans, and it is working really well for the team underdogs. But as far as we have seen a pattern from the previous game, that in the game number one, again early game was won by Luminaire's Lyres, and late game again lost. The second game, we saw again the same kind of pattern happening. Underdogs Rise was losing the early game, and with some mistakes, silly mistake, and the micro play difference coming in from both the teams, made Underdog Rise the winner of the game two also. But in this game number three, this is the final game if Underdogs wins, and this is just a beginning for the Luminous Lyres if they win this game. So it's winners takes all, basic, not the winner, the Underdogs takes all if they win. And if Luminous Lyres win, we can see another BTK comeback against C9 kind of a gameplay. I'm pretty all for it, but we can see straight away they don't want to give Irithil, they don't want to give Aurora, and they have the second pick in the second banning phase. The second picking phase is going towards Underdogs Rise. They will have the first pick, and they will go for Sklint right away, and that's going to be the SZA. But what do you think Asuya is going to be real up in our screens? Just a matter of seconds.
A lot of options are open. Like, if there is no Aurora, you can go in for Valentina, go in for Vexana, you can even go in for Lilia, unless she's banned. Yes, she has been banned in this game too. And like, mages are also
Hmm.
always open. You can even go for a Kadita, and she can literally delete Sicilian, because he will be there out of range. But Kadita is someone who can match that range and actually burst him down. But then again, look at that. It will be a Suyu and an edit from Luminary Liars. Let's just see how they make this team composition work out. Two sustainable picks which they needed, they just grabbed it on. And I really believe that Suyu is a perfect match for an alpha, because both of them have a good jungling speed, both of them can sustain. And meanwhile, like, Suyu has a lot of blinks, so with him, what's that? He cannot be targeted, just like Lancelot.
Exactly. And yep, he had a TikTok kind of thing. By the way, guys, Suyo TikTok is Suyo /1234. I'm just kidding. So I think as far as we are concerned, the draft is picked. And we will be moving on to the Lando Town real soon. And guys, I think I'm seeing you guys in the chat. You are saying Sicilian LED lights version. Shout out to Sarah. Yuta is saying more like Diwali version. Phillips is also there. Potato is also there. I thank you with all my dear heart. There is my heart, guys. So that you guys are making the stream successful. So like, share, subscribe the stream. And you can go into the description and follow us all in the social media panels. And you can join our community also. But for now, as we are moving into the Land of Dawn real soon, and Call Me Ikki has also joined in the chat. And yep, here we are in the Land of Dawn. This is the best of 5 series grand finale of the India Showdown Season 1 between Luminaire Lyres versus Underdog Rise. Underdog Rise has the match pointer in this game number 3 because they have the 2 points. 0 point is there for Luminaire Lyres. But let's just see, because this time Luminaire Lyres will be on the blue side. Red side Underdog Rise, I Soul Sky, along with our beloved Asuya is going to be a caster. I will be the analysis, and Asuya, your stage is all yours.
Thank you for that intro, Solsky. And yes, everyone loves the shout out you're giving to them. And with that, just look at the bot line already. I mean, they do not want that edit to farm up, because Annabelle does a great job, and like Remy trying to support the EXP laner, kind of unwanted if you ask me, because the marksman is the one who needs that help. I mean, just look at Diggy planting his bombs for Siren to just melt down his HP, force that recall. The Sanguine Claws coming in with the bad impact, but it's a reverse damage from Changi as well. And just look at Siren's not looking good. He's getting put back by Diggy. At the same time, the damage coming in from both of them is really literally melting her down. Remy finally, he knows that she needs to help it out, but look at the bot lane. Annabelle, what are you? What is that gameplay? Meanwhile, Alpha will be coming in with the Alpha Charge, taking that first Lord, I'm really sad for you because you were able to take down that huge round, but it was just 1 HP away.
Exactly. And this time Annabelle gets getting caught off guard right there. Alpha Charge will be securing that first kill to her team. This time early game I think is going towards the favor of Team Underdogs Rise, but still it's just 1 minute or 2 minutes into the game. The first turtle is going to be up in just matter of seconds. And now the positioning is going to matter a lot because Sicilian is there in towards the side of Team Turtle, and they are focusing on the goal lane again this time. If Daki has learned from her previous games, so she will not be overextending a lot. But we can see there's a sanguine clause in the bottom lane. We can see the top lane also. Daki will have to use flicker.
I mean, just look at the Angela trying to slow her down, and I think it will be a kill secured by Alpha, who charges in. Meanwhile, it is a trade-off with the Angela, and just look at them, Annabelle and Luminaires. They are focusing on the turtle. Meanwhile, the trade with the marksman has been taken by Underdogs at this point.
Exactly, and now the turtle has been slain by the team Luminaires, Lyres, but at what cost? Because the gold shield is already chunked down by Clint right there, and now the gold difference is again hovering towards team. Okay, there's a reverse time right there, but not enough damage to take down Clint. Clint will use his flicker, but that's a good flicker for Clint because it will be saving his life for now. Not enough follow by Team Luminaires, Lyres in the top lane. We can see the itemization for now. That Alpha is going for that War X right away. Elegant Gem is there. And I think Sicilian should just buy Elegant Gem, not the COT first. He can go for the Lantern, he could go for the Anti-Heal, but you can see the top lane side.
Jimmy looking really low. The meteor shower also connecting on to no one, just helping to zone people away. Alpha looking for one pick up, but they will all be just retreating. Meanwhile, look at Shaw. She will just, clear off that mid lane. And Cecilian stacking up. Meanwhile, Alabel doing a great job in the bot lane. It's just that she was kind of picked off in the top lane. But look at Daki once again getting surrounded by 4 people. She might even look to retreat, but Alpha coming in. Alpha will he be using the Alpha charge, but no, the rest of the team is there for the support. So no, going in deep. The Sanguine Claws connecting on to Siren. Siren looking really low. And the Revitalize has also been popped up. Meanwhile, the Meteor Shower once again from Chanage trying to zone people away. Time's Journey also coming in. The Alpha charge missing out to everyone. But I think it is a fair trade. Wait a second. So you're going in again. Sanguine Claws connecting on to Alpha. A bad impact for 1 HP. Mermaid retreating, but wait a second, the Black Dragon has also arrived. She is trying to dish out some damage, but team has kind of disengaged, so it was kind of a waste of a resource. Meanwhile, Annabelle just chunking down that gold from the bot tier turret. And the first tier turret from the top lane was taken down. There was a lot of waste of resources, but a fair trade when it comes to the macro.
Exactly, and now as you mentioned the macro was on point. I would say micro is also on point because they prioritize the objective which the jungler told them to, and if your jungler tell anything and your team follows it up, that's a pretty much good macro gameplay right away. We just saw in this game they focus the prioritize in the gold lane. Now they will getting the second turtle of this game, and team I would say Luminous Lad would have learned from the mistake, but I think they didn't. But we can see in the top lane Suyu is going in, but not enough damage. Again, there's a hard card, 1,000 point, and we can see this time again Luminous Lad is getting succumbed to pressure, but this time they are thinking that is getting succumbed to pressure real quick in this game. But we can see the bottom lane that's going to the primal breath. Okay, that's a good flicker right there. Did you see that, Asuya?
I mean, yes, Annabelle doing an amazing job once again. Both teams, if you notice, it's like if Luminaries go for the top lane or if they go for the turtle, Underdogs taking the neutral objective in the opposite. Meanwhile, just look at that red buff being stolen from Sonia right there. Annabelle just trying to protect, clinging on to that bot lane turret, but meanwhile, I think the entire Underdogs are right there to gank her up. 1 versus 4, the meteor shot coming in. Of course, Siren will be taking that 1 kill, and the next turret from the bot lane will also be taken down. I think they are actually facing some pressure, just like you mentioned, Solsky, because in the previous game, Luminary Lyres, they rotated pretty well. Meanwhile, just look at them, they're not even making an effort to save, to go towards the bot lane right there.
But now I need to point out that the itemization, Sicilian would have gone just for Elegant Gem, and he would get the benefits of that Elegant Gem passive, and he could have just go for that anti-heal because there's the Alpha, there's a Yuzhong, there's the Angela also. So you should just go for the anti-heal right away because we can see the top lane. Daki is in a very bad position right there. Again, it will get taken down there. and the Suyu will go in.
And yes, Chippy also taken down. So you like always late. I think, and this will be a third kill secure, 3-for-0 trade. And Alex and Annabelle only the ones remaining. Meanwhile, the bot lane also not looking really great because somehow the Minories have decided not to gank Clint, and I think that's a really bad decision because the marksman will be dishing out a lot of damage, and especially Clint has farmed up quite a lot. And I think the next neutral objective once again uncontested in the hands of Underdogs. Just look at the Clint's damage right there. And Alexa just trying to stack up. At this point, the meteor shower coming once again. The zoning coming in from her is immaculate. Meanwhile, no one knows that Star is right there. And Sonia will be flickering away, but she will be losing that orange buff because Underdogs are unstoppable right now. Alexa's ultimate has been used up. Kind of a waste if you ask me. The Sanguine Claws may connect onto someone, but no, it has already been used up. And with that, I think they will just be going in for the mid lane tier turret right there. But uh, Alpha looking really low, and Annabelle trying to dish out some damage, but I think she will be taken down pretty easily.
Nice.
Meanwhile, look at that flicker coming from Annabelle. She has used up her primal rod. She is dishing out a lot of damage. The hard card coming in. It's 1 versus 5, but Alpha will be safe for now. Annabelle will be retreating. Black Dragon has also arrived into the land of down. They are trying to force that gank. Maybe the top, bot lane turret will be taken down though.
I mean, for now, I think they are still not done because they usually going in for the Darky right now. And yep, he will be getting the prize for that overextension. And okay, he's just going in. That's a time journey. Reverse time is also there. And yep, again, we'll be taking the pick. That's just a nitpicking right there. And you will pay the price for it.
I mean, true. Yuzhong just traded his life for that turret. But then again, I think this favor is still there in the hands of Underdogs. The macro
That's
looking
a
really good. So many turrets pushed up. So
power of friendship. Yeah, that's a
it's the
power of friendship.
friendship.
If my friend is dying, why should not I? Bro? I think we are getting a lot of friendship lessons in this game, in this tournament basically. But we get sanguine clauses there. Oh my god, that's a very close call. But a meteor shower was on point. Will be successfully saving herself, Chang'e this time, but then, Angela is providing a lot of dividends in this team fight, and the lane pressure is also there because the 4 turrets is already down on the team Luminaire's Lyres, and they need to get their things together for now, because I think you shouldn't succumb to pressure at this point of time, because you have to give it all. You just have to put everything into the table what you have got and fight for that 1 point, because if you will not fight, then who will, brothers? You gotta do it. But we can see Daki getting down in the mid lane again, out position. Meteor shower is again there. First Lord will be going towards the team Underdogs right here, and they are looking in full control of this game.
I mean, true. The Sanguine Claws were really connecting. I really wanted to say that wait again, the Alpha charge coming in. Time's Journey has also been used up, revitalized, healing people up. Black Dragon has arrived. The Petrify and Knockup will be coming in, but looking really low. The Bat Impact taking that kill. Meanwhile, the hard card, the double kill secured by Alexa right there. Remy looking low. The reverse time taking Remy to a triple kill. No, wait, it is a kill for our chicken right there. But then again, just look at that Sicilian. That's why I love Sicilian. Alex have been stacking up, and Solskjaer, I really wanted to say this, that they really don't need to lose hope because they have a Bruno, they have a Sicilian, two of the infinitely scaling people. Like, why do you worry? Just give them the time to farm up. And Sonia going in again with the stun. Siren looking very low, but I think it will be a reverse at the basic attacks of the Changi will be taking down Sonia. A really bad miscommunication. I mean, Lord is coming, and what are you doing that?
I mean,
Going solo.
I would say that's a fair trade, because they forced Clint back, they forced Chang'e back, and they will secure in the Lord in the bottom lane, because they couldn't handle the poke that could have come from the Clint if Sonia wouldn't have gone in and died there. But I think again that she need to think, because Suyo has received a little bit of adjustment, kind of a nerf in this recent patch. So I think he's not that kind of a overpowered, I would say, jungler. But now I think that's depends on the users also, that how you perform with the Suyu, and just wait for the right opportunity, man. I would just like to say that. But for now, I think that was a very successful defense. However, the gold difference is not a lot, approx 4k difference, not a lot, I would say. But I think it's possible to make a comeback from at this point of time, because you got the Diggy, you got the anti-heat, and you got the flask, you got the at least 3 core items approx of the Bruno. But we can see Clint has bought all of the 3, and he's going for the endless battle, and he has the Malefic roar, Malefic gun. Look, I think that's a 60% penetration right from his build, and that's a
Hmm.
lot. That's a lot. But look at the there's a glowing wand and a genius wand from Changi. That's a lot magic defense reduction
Oh,
right
but
there. And look at that
this is,
meteor shower. That's what I was talking about. This is
yeah.
why you buy the anti heal and that your genius wand right there.
I mean, true, Chibi been taken down and the team not covering up for you. Why not go for it? Like, does she have a radiant armor? I don't know. But I think she definitely needs that because Changi will be dealing out quite a lot of damage. The Simon Claus connecting. Sonia might go in. Daki looking, she's kind of a bit, her positioning is off, so she's getting taken down. She really needs to play it safe because she does have a Bruno. Bruno late game is a beast. She can delete people left and right. They just need to wait it up for that. And with that, I think both teams just looking to sink those lanes, looking for the control in the river area because, like, if underdogs need to end it with this lord, they need to even manage that lanes, and they even know that they are just doing that for now. And with that, I think Solski buying Malefic Gun and Malefic Road together, don't think it works out. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's working out in this game. So I don't know. I mean, whether it works out or not, but it's working out for them. As far as I mean, the passive is different of the both the items, so I think pretty much sure that's that might work. But
The
keeping our
penetration
not our
doesn't
but
add up, I
yeah,
guess.
I mean they will just check it after the game. But for now, keeping aside, guys, please ignore my lack of knowledge because I don't want to. Okay, but we can see a fight right now.
The meteor shower chunking people down, but look at that winter crown coming in from our um, Alpha, and yes, he is safe. Time's journey has also been used up right there, but what is that positioning side is trying to take down people, so you will be getting that kill. Of course, that was too much of an upfront by you. The Lord also marching down, and the Sanguine Claws doing the job pretty well. Look at the bat impacts damage. Alpha needs to retreat at this point. I think they will be able to defend it pretty easily, owing to the Bruno, owing to Alexa on our Bat, our Vampire King.
Exactly. I think you are simping over Sicilian, I suppose. Why not? Because he's kind of what do you call it? I mean, people, girls really like vampires. I don't know why. But yep, as far as I'm concerned, we can see the itemizations for now, and I'm getting Asuya by the way. So now the second lord is already taken down, and I would say inhibitors are not down, so that's a good defense coming in from the side of team. Luminaire's Lyres right there. 90 seconds for the third lord. Will they go for the 18-second lord? I don't know. But as far as we have the time, we can see the itemization. I love the alpha not going for any extra damage item, going in for the defense. He has a winter crown, and we can see Angela with the fleeting time. Anti-heal is with the Yuzhong and the Shange. So that's enough because we can see it's working out for them. Fleeting time is also with their Diggy. Bruno has bought the Malefic gun, Berserker Fury. There's a Husk Claws also there. Thunderbolt is also there. So approx 10 to 15 stacks would have been propped up right now. And 20 stacks is basically one full defense item. And it's a hybrid defense, so yeah, it works out. And the Hunter Strike Despair is there. Endless Battle is going to be about the Suyu, but Suyu is not providing a lot of dividend in this game because he's getting melted down too quickly when before he goes in. We can see Clint, he has bought the Malefic gun, he has the passive of it. Malefic Rover, I think he should go for the Despair for now and sell that Malefic gun, maybe with the Rover gets another item. But we can see right away.
Yeah, the meteor shower coming in once again. Time's journey has been used up, and the hard guard has also been deployed. A kind of waste of resources because no one was taken down. So you ready to retreat with her immune dash right there, and they're contending for the blue buff, and the blue buff will be taken by Annabelle. The alpha charge coming in again. Remy's ultimate has ended right now. The bombs from Dicky are kind of hurting at this point, and with this luminaries have been kind of forced back towards their base because underdogs are looking for that control onto the river area the Lord has spawned. They will be taking this Lord without much of a competition. So I really believe that luminaries might go for that bot lane turret. Like if you see the same thing had been done in the previous game by underdogs, they kind of split push, but I think luminaries are not in for that. They will just be grouping up and defending.
Yep, exactly. I think they're not listening to Yosuya right now. But I think obviously they won't. So what I was talking about is, as you mentioned that they are going for that defensive kind of gameplay, but I think that's a very questionable kind of a gameplay because if your Sicilian dies, well, then who will defend the base? because he has the lane clear. Bruno has the damage, but he doesn't have that much of a lane clear. You got the primal breath of Edith to zone out specifically. If you use that to clear lanes, you can use it. But what after that? You will be wide open for them to use the meteor shower is right there. They're trying to zone out the elixir right there. But what do
Well,
you
yeah.
think, Kasria, of this team?
I think it's kind of ended, but look at the damage taken down, and the Lord has kind of taken down the middle tier turret again. They will, it will be very easy. The Sanguine Claws connecting onto Remy, and look at that. You are coming in. The Time's Journey has also been used up. The Winter Crown used up again. The Black Dragon along with the Hard Guard. The Meteor Shower once
Oh,
again, and that kill will be secured by all that Tiki. And look at that knockup coming from Ayujong. But this is it. This is the late game, Bruno getting that double kill. Maybe he gets those kills which he really needed. The bad impact, Sanguine Claws not connecting with Annabelle's. She will be using that CC, and yes, Changi will be taken down. Siren is the only one remaining, and so many people just look at the countdown. Like, will they be able to just force it through the mid? Is this an epic comeback, Solskjaer, which we were all waiting for?
nah. Siren might get taken down here, but I think she has that flicker. She'll figure it out. Wait, they will be waiting for her teammates. And there is, I think, a single digit cooldown. We can see in the bottom lane side. That's going to be the minions backdoor or not. But I think HZA will be spawning with a Siren. And Siren might get taken out. Okay, she got caught out, but the hard guard was there. They are focusing on the base. They are focusing on the base. They will be getting the comeback. They will be getting the comeback of this best of 5 series.
Ever go single like that. And of course, the MVP of the match, of course, it will be Alexa on that Sicilian. Sicilian is that OP, and of course, the way she was positioning her Sanguine Class, the way her bat impact, the way she was all farmed up, it all made sense, especially towards the late game because you let her farm. And what do you think, Solski?
Mhm. I mean, first of all, congratulations, Luminaire Slash, to winning the first game of the Best of 5 series. And not just Sicilian played well. Sicilian was the bird of hope for you. But guess what? Even Bruno was really played well. And we just saw Annabelle holding on to her in the EXP lane. Annabelle is actually providing a lot of dividends to Luminaire Slash. And we will take I was coming back to that only. But Team Luminous really played well, but I think they should up their game for game number 2, because now the team Underdog guys have that information that what they could do with the Sicilian. Now they will ban the Sicilian, so you have to be very careful about that. Strategize, improvise, and adapt. That's what we call a tournament, and whoever does this well wins this tournament. But yes, what we will take a short break, guys. Until then, don't go anywhere. Please be with us to chat. And me, Soul Sky, along with Asuya, will be taking a short break. Until then, we will take just be right with us. Stay hydrated also.